like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for joining us during our weekly hybrid MLS breakfast meeting. My name is Shun Zhang, and I'm with VMAX, my home in Temple City, and I'm your November program chair. Mindy Ye, our immediate past president, will help us with the Pledge of Allegiance. So please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, WSGBR family and friends. Happy Thanksgiving. Please join me by placing your heart over your hand and salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mindy. Now we will have our inspirational quote by Derek Telford.
So my quote today comes from Jack Handy. It says, before you criticize someone, you should walk a mile in their shoes. That way, when you criticize them, you're a mile away from them and you're wearing their shoes.
Very good. Thank you, Derek. You can skip about that part. We need more time to go on some other stuff today. Just a few housekeeping tips. All participants will be muted upon entry to the MLS breakfast meeting. And should you have any questions, please type them on the chat box. Please remember to join us weekly as we will have our hybrid MLS breakfast meeting every Thursday at 9 a.m. As always, this meeting is being recorded and will be available online on our YouTube channel, Rainbow Valley Realtors. Please remember to follow WSGBR social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also watch all our pre-recorded video on the YouTube. Join our text message. For update, text WSGBR to number 888-304-4055. Make sure you install on your phone. So when you get a text, you know it's from the WSGBR. Okay, quick tips. A violation of the rule must be corrected within 2 days of receipt of a warning notice of violation sent to the violator and/or responsible participant. Failure to timely correct a noted violation will result in the issuance of a citation. Failure to correct a citation within the 2 days of receipt of the citation is a violation of MLS Rules 14.4a and will result in an additional citation for failure to correct. CRMLS will utilize the email address provided by the participant subscribed as contained within the MLS platform. Every MLS participant and subscribed should be required to maintain a current, accurate, and active email address at which they may be contacted. Today's agenda consists of our affiliate spotlight, Lucia Tam, CarePro, followed by our guest speaker, Nancy Chan, lawyer's title, Jacqueline Cheou, champion escrow, Alina Cheou, Glen Oak Escrow, Marcus Jack, Western Resource title. Just a reminder that to be eligible for today's drawing, you must be a WSGBR member. We will be having an attendance drawing, Amazon gift card drawing, and 50/50 raffles. Today, our affiliate spotlight will be brought to you by affiliate committee chair, Brendan Zaraski, and vice chair, Joseph Nguyen. Please remember to support our affiliate with your transaction. Lucia, floor is yours.
I'm going to be a little bit forward. Good morning, everyone. And it's Thanksgiving time. The spotlight, I suppose, is on me. Not so much about CarePro this time. The affiliates wanted me to say a little bit more about me. But I am Lucia Tam. I am the president currently of Chinese American Real Estate Professionals Association. And it's an association that has been there for 40 years now. This is our 40th year. And I'm very proud to be its president. I've been president many a times, but I hope that in the future, there will be more new blood coming in to be in the leadership. And we're working towards that. I am Chinese. I was born in Panama. As you can see, that is the Panamanian flag. I was born and raised in Panama. So besides being Cantonese, more than that, I do speak Spanish fluently because I studied there a lot. And I do speak my English, I think, now. There you go. Okay. So I do speak several languages, and I came here to the United States to study. I am from USC, so we have a big game coming up with the Bruins. So let's see who wins. I come from a not too small a family. I have one younger brother and two other sisters that are younger. I'm the oldest one of them all. So this is my family. My parents are the oldest one. My dad is 90 years old this year. And my mom is 88 this year. So that tells you how old I am, right? Yes, I'm up there somewhere. And these are my children. I have 3 boys and 1 little girl, which happens to be not so little anymore. And those are my parents again. So my oldest one, Anthony, Stephen, my second one, and Raymond, my third one, Catherine, my youngest one. It seems like the more I get, the taller they get, because my girl, which is the last one, is the tallest one of them all. I wonder how that happened. Maybe too much milk. Yeah. And I have 2 grandchildren. The one on the right is my oldest one, Marcus. And the one with the teddy bear is the little one. It is Maximilian. Call him Max for short. And Marcus is 4 years old now, and Maximilian is 1.5. So they are my joy. I love them very much. And I wish I could spend more time with them, but they got their little things to do at school. All of you know me in this. Actually, I did insurance before we left. But at the same time, my mentor told me a long time ago, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So I never did. I'm also licensed in so many things. I'm licensed in many things. I have too many licenses, actually, too many permits. And if you have ever seen me in uniform before, yeah, that was me. And not very often do you see me in uniform out in the public. Most of the time, I do work on special assignments. I am licensed in law enforcement. I was trained at the West Point Academy, and I am stationed in California since I live here. But I do have federal, state, and local jobs with this license. And yes, I can shoot, but I have not killed anyone yet. Yeah, and don't try to either. If anything, I will disable you, but not kill you. I think some of you have seen me maybe in the one assignment that I had in Arcadia several years ago. I met a lot of people. That was the wrong place to put me, but since I live in this area, some people recognize me. Lucia, what are you doing here? Working, what else? But I guess nobody knew what I was doing, since Arcadia has some issues with thieves, robbing, a lot of things. And remember when 99 Ranch out, all these people taking all their rice cookers and stealing things. And well, yes, that was my job to catch them. And luckily caught them all, including those people that were trying to extort money out of the stores. It was a challenging assignment. Well, I'm a very challenging person, but most people see me as a very serious person. And I can see why, because of my profession. I wish I could sometimes, look back and say, yeah, go ahead, do it. But unfortunately, I am in professions where I cannot make exceptions. I get in trouble. So I hope that in my continuous leadership with CarePA, everyone can understand that I am pretty much a person of rules. I do things the way it's supposed to be. I don't try to
Sorry
make
to interrupt you,
exceptions.
Lucia.
So thank you very much for having me here. And I hope that you know a little bit more about me now.
Thank you, Lucia. Beautiful family pictures. Now we will have our affiliate introduction for today. All the affiliate, please line up. Yeah. That's why I said you. So stand in the front. We will have the Zoom affiliate introduce them first. Okay, first we'll have Judy Cheou, I'm sorry, from AAA Capital Investment.
Good morning, Judy Cheou, Senior Loan Officer, Capital Investment, and wish you all happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Have a great week.
Thank you, Judy. John Wax from Snap NHD.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. John Wax with Snap NHD Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports, wishing you all and your families a very safe and happy Thanksgiving holiday.
Thank you, John. Next one, Mark Wu from AMS Insurance.
Good morning, everybody. In the season of thankfulness, I'm very thankful for your support and friendship, and we provide property insurance. Have a fabulous Thanksgiving week.
Thank you, Mark. Yolanda Martinez from Marina WFG National Title Company.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to wish all of you a wonderful, beautiful, and safe Thanksgiving to all of you. And I just want to do a special thank you to everyone last week who participated in the fundraising and who set up, donated, and bid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you, Yolanda. So we will have the affiliate. Maybe we can have Bob. Bob, you start first, and then we can go from here. Alina next.
Good morning, Bob Cheou with Champion Escrow. Wishing you a great Thanksgiving.
Good morning, Alina Cheou from Glen Oaks Escrow. Wishing you a wonderful holiday celebration with your loved ones.
Good morning, Nancy Chan, Lawyers Title. Have a wonderful holiday. I'm spending it with my family and my nieces and nephews. We're gonna have a good one. And I wish you the same. Thank you.
Good morning, Derek from CST Insurance. Happy holidays, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Chris Hahn with Gem Mortgage. Have an awesome Thanksgiving.
This is Andy Fan, Chicago Title. Have an amazing day.
Good morning, everyone. Marcus of Western Resources Title. Remember, your attitude determines your altitude. And when you have an attitude of gratitude, you're at the highest altitude possible. So I hope that you have the highest intentional Thanksgiving with your family and enjoy. Blessings to you, and thank you for this opportunity.
Good morning. I already feel high. Anyway, my name is Mario Manzanilla, Rate 1 Financial, Reverse Mortgage King. Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to the World Cup starting Sunday.
Hi again, my name is Lucia Tam. I'm president of CarePA, Chinese American Real Estate Professional Association. It is turkey time. So for those who don't like turkey, try my turkey, you'll change your mind. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hello, this is Alex, your feng shui master. I wish you have a lucky and awesome Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Good morning, this is David Tran with Home Guard Home Warranty. I don't have a message as complicated as Marcus. My message is very simple. This Thanksgiving, every Thanksgiving, I thank you for buying a ticket for me. I don't build millionaires, but I build mini millionaires. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, on their feelings. We're happy to include open pitching to our hybrid MLS breakfast meeting. Reminder, if you would like to pitch your listing, you must go to the website www.sgvar.com. Click on the open pitch, fill out the caravan request form, and submit it no later than Tuesday, midnight of the week that you want to pitch your listing. Today, I have one listing from Mara Gonzaga of Home Smart Evergreen.
Morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Only 650 and 3 bedrooms, 2.5, high ceiling, and it's 1987 built. Both bedrooms upstairs have their own full bath, and 1 bedroom downstairs with half bath. Please come see it. Supra Go Direct. Thank you.
Thank you. If you did not submit your listing, you still have a chance to pitch your listing right now, which is you have 30 seconds, and it must be an active listing. So if you do have one, please come to this.
Elizabeth Codoy Realty in Arcadia. I have a listing in St. Gabriel Wood Campus City School, impeccably maintained, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, new flooring, updated windows, central air, and come and see today 10 to 1. I see you then.
What's your address?
Address is 8734 Wendon. It's between Garibaldi and Longdon of Avon.
And the
It's
price?
a cul-de-sac price is 839,000. Thank you very much. Thank you through. Anything else?
That's it. Thank you. Congratulations with your new listing. Now, help me welcome. Oh, sorry. Are you posting? Go ahead.
Good morning, Catherine Torres with KW Executive. I have a price reduction on 701 Kingsford Street in Monterey Park. This property is right above the Cascades waterfall. So you always see it when you drive down Atlantic. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It is a trust sale, it has to be sold. And we have it from listed from 1,298 to 149,999. So it's been a substantial reduction, but we want to take all offers. So it's got a super lockbox. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, limited hours, 12 to 2 or something like that. But you know, you can show it, it's vacant and it needs to be sold. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else have a listing like to pitch? Now, please help me to welcome our moderator for today, Derek Tilburg, CST Insurance. He will be introducing our panelists. Derek, floor is yours.
Thank you, Shannon. Hello, I'm Derek from CST, and I will be the moderator for today. Today, we have an amazing panel here to go over Realtors Beware. Fraud and scams are everywhere. We have Nancy Chan from Lawyers Title. We have Alina Cheou from Glen Oaks Escrow. I know the sign says Jacqueline Cheou. Very, very good looking, but it's Bob Cheou from Champion Escrow. And Marcus Jacques from Western Resources Title. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The first question is actually for Marcus. What are the current statistics and projections on wire fraud?
Well, thank you for asking that question. It's a pleasure to be here today. And I feel in great company with my escrow and title cousins because we are a family. We've discussed this many times. So we're going to be talking about wire fraud, and we're seeing it so prevalent. The first statistics that we had on wire fraud that were accounted for in 2020, because after the pandemic, we saw a surge. They accounted for 250 million homeowner losses in 2020. The average wire fraud loss is over $137. $137,000. And a third of all real estate transactions have fraud attempts during wiring of funds. But that was just a meager account. I just researched it on Bloomberg because Bloomberg is covering wire fraud throughout the nation. And I want you to become familiar with something that is key to wire fraud. It's called BECs, business email compromises. And I'm sure that the rest of the panelists will be discussing how this is an influential factor in fraud. But they are a type of scam where hackers infiltrate corporate escrow wires, and they are able to do this out. So the FBI started researching this. In 2020 and 2021, the FBI labeled BECs as the costliest cyber threat, accounting for reported losses of $4.2 billion, with real estate wire fraud becoming one of the most targeted sectors. Those numbers are floors, not ceilings, because there is a lot that does not get reported. So with that, in 2017, BECs were a growing problem. And the Secret Service started what is known as the Global Investigative Operations Center, the GIOC, as a pilot project to handle these BEC threats. And what they found was that there were other people that were involved with it, the FBI, the Secretary of State, there was Homeland Security, and other part, and they found that they were overlapping. So the GIOC has taken a hold of this, and they have been able to get us these numbers, and they are starting to focus on it. So there is a lot of threat going on. There's a lot of threat because of emails. So we're going to be discussing that amongst our panelists about how that happens. But just to let you know that with the help of the GIOC, they have been able to recover $244 million in stolen BEC funds. And it is a real thing, not just in real estate. In 2017, when this started to surge, my tax returns were compromised. I had to refile them, and I had to put them in by paper because somebody had gotten my PIN number and they had cashed in on my returns. So it's a very real threat. It's pervasive and it's everywhere. So most particularly in real estate, these are the mobsters in our modern day.
Thank you very much. That's very scary. Miss Nancy, we have a question for you. Is there a lot of wire fraud, and what kinds of frauds are we looking at?
Now it's on, the light is on. Well, it happens every day, unfortunately. Wire fraud is technology. Technology is predictable and yet unpredictable. There are hackers that, let's say you get an email from Nancy Chan, right? But instead of Ann Chan at LTIC, they can switch the LTIC to TLIC. You wouldn't even notice it. These are the small signs. You have to be reading your email and see where, because you don't know where it's coming from. And it sounds like a real letter asking for you to send me your account number or something to close your transaction. So these emails, and then the wire fraud, and then give you a account number, then you wire out. So it happens every day. Let me give you an example of what we do. And I think Escrow and us, we're really helping you. This last week, we had reverse mortgage fraud, not you. The demand that was sent to us, and we used to know things, we call them to verify the figures, right? So we want, and then they sent us a new demand. One little letter was changed. The wire account number was different. Luckily, we caught one of them. We didn't catch the second one, because it was a new demand that came in to send this money to pay off the lender, So we have a claim. We're not perfect. We try, but so now with every demand, we got 2, 3 people looking at it. So the cost of doing business and the time that we spend to safeguard your transactions is really triple because you have to look at everything. The amount of emails that comes in every day, tell me, how many emails do you get? I get hundreds. Then am I be able to really look at it? My key is when I get an email, when I'm busy, I don't answer it. I will look at it again. When I'm not busy, I can focus on looking at why this email was sent. Amazon sent me an email, my account was blocked. There was an Amazon logo. I call Amazon instead of answering it. I don't click on anything. Do not click on anything on your phone, on your email. Never do that. Don't ever click on anything. Once you click on it, you're done. They got all your information. It was an Amazon email for me to click, and then it came the text. It's urgent. So these things are really prevalent. I think Escrow and I, we're not making it difficult. Sometimes we say we don't have the demand. We got to verify it. It could cause a delay when you're closing. You're not getting your commission. The sellers are not getting your money. But we do it not because we want to cause you a problem. It's because we want to safeguard your money. Once the money is gone, it's very difficult. There was ICS that was established. They're trying to do a kill chain. So when the money is wired and the account sometimes gets frozen when the money gets wired over there, we try to, the federal government try to freeze it. Then the kill chain stops these people from wiring the money out of the country. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that we are not aware of, but the government, cyber crimes, we're doing everything we can. I get fraud notification every day on the things that's happening. So it's important that just look at every email. Don't answer the email. Don't click on anything until you call them. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. So this next question is actually going to be for Alina. So Nancy mentioned not clicking on suspicious links. How do you protect your clients from wire fraud?
Well, wire fraud continues to challenge us every day in Escrow. And I wanted to give you a story, a horror story. We have a buyer that sends in the closing funds, but those funds got gone somewhere else. What happened is the buyer gets an email, a fraudulent email with instructions, and this buyer calls his agent to say, hey, I got wire instructions from my escrow. The agent calls using the phone number from that same email, so calls to verify the information, and that information is wrong. So that's how the funds was able to transfer to the fraudsters, so the money it's gone. Luckily, they caught this early, and the bank was able to help them out in this situation. They were very lucky because there's a lot of lenders who do not intercept or do anything if it's a fraudulent transaction. But when it's real estate, I don't know, because it's a trust fund, perhaps, that they're willing to help, and in this case, they were able to recover their funds. But so what do we do in escrow to prevent this? So in escrow practice, this is it's essential now that when you open an escrow, you provide us with the buyer and seller's contact information and email address. We call the buyers, we give them our information, so they're familiarized with us. So we introduce ourselves, talk to them. So we have a communication established with them, so then they can feel comfortable in calling us directly, and they have our contact number from the beginning. This is very important. I know in the olden days, we didn't need to do that. We would transact through the realtor, but now we do want the buyer's information immediately at opening, because we send our wire instructions only to the buyers. We try to not send it to the agent. Don't CC them on wire instructions. So this is a fairly newer practice that we're doing. So don't feel like we left you out of the email chain. It's just that on wire instructions only, we do want to minimize the, how do you say that? Going out, circulated. Yes, so we're minimizing the chances by emailing it just to the buyers and buyers only. So make sure you give us their contact information, and that way we can stay connected and prevent this. Hackers are more sophisticated nowadays, so we have to try to stay on top of them. Thank you.
Thank you. This next question is for Bob. So Alina has shared how she protects her clients from wire fraud. Can you share your best practices and tips to avoid becoming a victim of fraud?
Well, first off, are you guys scared already? Because I'm shaking in my seat hearing these three. Well, first of all, we have to identify the threats that we face every day. And mainly it's through email. You have your unsolicited junk email that comes at you all day long. Majority of those are fairly harmless, but many are lethal. Okay, and then you have phishing email. That's an email that's pretending to be somebody that's reputable. And those are generally sent out to the mass. So any email address that they can get a hold of, they will send it to. And then you have spear phishing. That's another type of phishing email, but it's for a specific group. Whether it's for realtors, it's for title, it's for escrow, or so they have a selected group of people that they will send those to. And then you have smishing. That's a phishing using text messaging. I'm sure you see that popped up on your cell phone all the time now. And then we have phishing. That's just a scam call with a fancy name now. So they all have one thing in common. They want to steal information from you, things like your social security number, your user password and ID, your banking information. So when you come across an email that you feel is suspicious, okay, the best policy is, say, if it's from an unknown person, you should not open, you should not click on the attachment, should not click on the link that's provided in the email. If it comes from a known person and it still looks suspicious, the best policy is pick up the phone and call that person, because phone call is probably the most powerful tools you have, so that you can verify that, okay, did you actually send me that email before you click on the link or open up those attachments? Because once you do that, chances your devices will be infected with virus, malware, or ransomware. And once you get to that point, there's no turning back. Okay, and so be vigilant. And always read through everything carefully before you start clicking. And if you happen to be unfortunate enough to become the victim, highly recommend that you file a police report and also report that to the FBI, because that's the only way that you are going to prevent this from happening, or at least minimize the chance of it happening. Because if the authorities don't know about it, there wouldn't be anything that they can do to help minimize this issue that we're having. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. So this next question is from Marcus. We've been hearing about a lot of the fraud coming in through computers and phones and things of that sort. So what are some IT best practices to employ?
So here you've heard stuff that applies to you, but the actual victims are not the realtors. They're not the escrow companies. They're the buyers and the sellers. All right. So this information that you get, you have to kind of educate your buyers. There's a company in Russia called Evil Corp. That's its name. And they are professional. They are professional. They have stole more than $100 million from companies across 40 countries, according to the GIOC, that group that is monitoring this. So, in fact, Bloomberg has talked about in their article, and this is what they're saying. That this is the article to show you where the fraud is occurring. Hackers target eager home buyers with a dumb scam that keeps working time and time again. So you've heard how they hack. So as a responsible realtor, you make sure that with your escrow company, the escrow company is speaking to them and educating those buyers about when they're going to get an email, how it's going to come to them, when it's going to happen. And so these hackers, what they do is they prey on the vulnerabilities of these people that are not educated. So fraudsters attack them the most. They'll have last minute changes. Your buyer will get last minute changes. Oh, we need the wire instructions already. Or they'll get something that they're not supposed to get from a lender, supposedly a lender, that actually should go to escrow. We had a situation where there was somebody who put a property on sale, listed the property, worked with the buyer. The buyer came in, it was a condo, worked with the buyer, set him up with the escrow, and checked with escrow 2 weeks later because they hadn't heard about any escrow instructions going out. And it turns out that the buyer had been reached by a phishing attack that was done on the correspondence when they set up the deal, when they set up the escrow. And they got an email from the supposed lender saying, okay, you're going to turn in your initial deposit with us. So it was too late when they actually figured out that it was fraud for them to do it. Escrow didn't have any instructions because they had not gotten an earnest money deposit. And the buyer thought that they had gotten the earnest money deposit into the escrow. So your job as realtors is to work with an escrow company that's going to, reach out and going to educate those buyers, as similar happens on the selling side with demands. When the demands come in, the escrow and the title company are going to take whatever time it takes to make sure that it's the right demand. The first demand that they get, usually when they send it to title, is good. It's when they've gone over the demand date and the escrow is lingered on, and we ask for an updated demand. By that time, there's been plenty of correspondence between the parties, and this Evil Corp has gone already to the MLS to see what's been pending, so they can look out for those agents, find their emails, find their correspondence that they're doing with their buyers and sellers, and hack the whole thing. So best IT practices, yes, do not hit reply all, but also educate your new buyers or your sellers who haven't sold in a long time that the only people that they're going to be getting emails are from the parties involved, and to teach them how to check for phishing and for breaches and security.
Thank you, Marcus. So this next question is for Nancy. Now that Marcus has stressed the importance of education, what are the signs of spotting fraud and scams?
Well, this actually happened to us. We caught it years ago. When I see a refi or a cash out refi, when there's no loan on there, and if it's elderly, I'm a little more suspicious. Okay, our title team is training for that. And this one time, I got 5 orders from somebody in Orange County, mortgage company. And that one day, when they're rushing me, they call the title officer, you call escrow, they call everybody. That's when I'm going, what is the big hurry? You're not buying a property. It's not a weekend. And you don't need the money. The loan is not expiring, right? That's a telltale sign when they're rushing you. When you're rushing, you tend to make mistakes. So our title officer was busy. They took the 2 files. There was 5. There's 2 that he wanted rushed. The the language became like, I'm giving you all this business, I'll give you future business, all this stuff. I like business, but when they're saying that, I get suspicious. So it was turned over to advisor. Advisor said, okay, I'm gonna call, I'm gonna do these files because we're rushing. They want to close. We'll do the best we can. It was just really, he's really awesome. He calls the state secretary of state because it was notarized by the same notary and start looking at all the files. The lender and the escrow is the same building, the address. We do check, we do background checks. And then we saw that the notary always the same thing. And we reported, and it was in Glendale. And didn't catch him because one of the policemen went across the street to get a donut. The guy drove up in a brand new Corvette and saw the guy with a badge going across the street. He left. They did finally catch him. I had 5 orders with him. If we have funded that day, those old people might have loans on their property that they can't because all the signature, they were all forged. And sometimes we'll ask for driver's license, further ID, not because we want to make it difficult for you, it's because we want to have the safeguard. We got 2 IDs from a seller. Another thing is that when escrow calls the seller to get all the documents, get the SI, get everything, they just delay and delay. And then when they come in with documents and they're not notarized by escrow, they're notarized by a third party. And then you look at them and say, they all look good. But sometimes when we get these documents, we'll ask further information like, okay, you signed this grant deed, can I have your ID? Just to verify if that notary did notarize the state. And we did catch 3 documents. The driver's license was so good with watermarks and everything, they were all forged. Okay, so these things under the table, behind the scenes, we're helping. And so besides you being very careful, the agent didn't even know the documents were signed, delivered to title.
Really quick, because Nancy's talking about the timeliness, the rush. On the other hand, if you do detect, when you do detect that there is fraud, time is of essence. So it needs to be reported right away because all the securities is after 36 hours, it's too late. So timeliness is a very important part. If you're being rushed, okay. But once you realize that you have that fraud has been committed, 36 hours is all you have to report it, to get it recovered.
Wow.
All of us, escrow title, all of us want to close your transactions. But when we say we can't do it right away, there's got to be a reason. I don't tell you all that stuff that we do. But when I'm asking for additional information, don't get mad at me. This guy's from China. He has a driver's license. I said, I want the passport. Can you give me a copy? It's so easy now. Give me a copy of his passport. He can't go forge a China passport.
I couldn't imagine anyone would get mad at you.
Right.
You are awesome.
Yeah, but it happens all the time. So I'm the bad person. I'm the messenger that gives you the bad news, but I do it out of my love for you and safety for your clients. Thank you.
Thank you. And speaking of timeliness, we want to make sure that we have a couple minutes for some Q&A. So I'm going to kind of run through these last ones a little bit faster here. This one's for Miss Alina. How do you safeguard against elder abuse?
Okay, I'm going to give you two stories of elder abuse and ID fraud that Nancy just talked about. Our company just told us that they recently declined a transaction because the lender notified us that the agent was passing as the buyer. The agent was signing everything instead of the buyer. Supposedly, the buyer gave authorization to the agent. Of course, the agent was elderly, but there are proper ways of doing that. That would be using a power of attorney. And then, of course, the power of attorney, they have also inherent responsibilities. They have to sign, when they're signing in behalf of a person as power of attorney, they have to sign their signature, you sign the customer's signature, by your signature as attorney in fact. You don't sign their name and thinking that you have authorization. If you do have authorization, it's by virtue of a power of attorney.
Now, the next transaction was a son, a family member, who was signing in behalf of the father. And the father was supposedly, we thought he was incapacitated in a trust. So sometimes if the property is in a trust and the father did not resign, the title company will look at the trust document and then they will request for 2 doctor's notes to confirm if he is incapacitated or not. But in this case, the father was not. So we just had to had him resign everything. So what you can do as a realtor is whenever it's in a trust, provide us with the trust documents in advance. Always let us know if there's a power of attorney being used. Because nowadays, title company does require, they want to know what is the purpose of this power of attorney, why is it being used in a transaction. So it's not just a matter of fact that just providing it, oh, I have one. A lot of times the names don't match the ownership name, so that power of attorney is no good. Even with the middle initial, no middle initial. So we do need to examine those documents early on. And then title company might request for more additional information. So on elderly, there's a lot of times it's in the trust. So you do need to make sure that those papers are correctly, and we can review them in advance for you. So you can provide them to us at the time of your listing, and we can double check the signatures, make sure who is responsible to sign in behalf of that trust. And that would help.
Awesome, thank you. It sounds like documentation
For elderly thing, I've gone to retirement home, rest homes. I've gone to see the elderly and said, are you selling this property? We need to verify because we don't want them to lose all their, all the money.
Free and clear homes are a big target. So now most underwriters are asking if it is a free, that it's a free and clear home, there's no mortgage on it. They're asking for affidavits from the owners, and they're actually asking title officers to send the owners a letter saying, congratulations on you being a free and clear homeowner. We have noticed that you're involved in an escrow. Please call us to verify that you are actually in an escrow right now.
Wow, well, thank you very much. It looks like we are running out of time here. So unfortunately, we don't have time for more questions, but of course, feel free to ask them afterwards. So at this time, we're actually going to pass this back over to Sean. Thank you so much for our wonderful panel. Please give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Barry, and thank you for to all our panelists. Now, on behalf of the Western Gable Group, we'd like to thank our guests for the informative information. So now let's start our WSGBR drawing, the attendance drawing. All WSGBR members are included in the attendance drawing. Not all can be displayed, but all are included. Cost is $250 today. We don't get a winner. $25 will be added to the pot each week until we have a winner. If we get a winner, pot will begin again at $25. If for our breakfast meeting of the year, we still don't have a winner, we will draw names until we get a winner. Okay, let's start. William Capri. It's not here? Okay, back to next week. Actually, the following week. So now we're gonna have the Amazon drawing. We will select 3 winners from those attending in person. Each will receive a $25 Amazon gift card. Good luck, everyone. First, oh my goodness. Congratulations, Lorraine Clark. Next one is Kimberly Sheehy. Oh, thank you. Third one, oh my goodness. Mindy Yay. Congratulations to you. Please make sure to participate in our education classes and a list of upcoming classes. 45-hour DRE licensing renewal continuation education webinar, and it is November 18th from 9:30 to 12:30. Next one is a zip form plus hybrid training. November 21st from 9:30 to 12:30, and it's free. 8 hours MLO live webinar, continuing education, November 22nd, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And it's $129. The CRMLS virtual training showing time for the MLS, it is November 30th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and it's free. Please make sure to buy your ticket for the installation December 2nd. We have great prices. Lane and our team will be showing you what we have. So make sure you buy those tickets. November 21st, it's the last thing. So what do you have, Lane? You want to show them what you have?
Look at the picture, that makes you excited. So we're gonna bring you the actual item and show how excited we are. My thing is, the future is now. What is the future? What is now? Currency. Very similar to them. And it's one of the glasses that you can see from your iPhone, your smart tablet. When you put it on, everything you see is going to be 3D. So it'd be like, when you get in the day, actually some people write, those type of things. So this is very, very cheap. Okay, but there's one item. Yeah, okay, the other thing is, you think I don't talk loud enough? Okay, the other thing is, does anybody see agent filming at a property and doing YouTube, what is that other one? TikTok, YouTuber, and they're filming and they're using one little gadget. And this is the gadget they use. Not your iPhone, not your smart tablet, not your Samsung, but this little gadget is stabilized. A lot of agents are filming open houses, showing things, and upload it to your social media. Very popular item. Okay, yeah, DG. Good size that you can carry everywhere to keep your memories. And the other thing is, of course, you don't want to have a line when you're talking on the phone, right? You don't want the whole world hear you what you're talking about. And this is the iPod from Apple. Oh, AirPro. I'm sorry, AirPro.
AirPods.
AirPod Pro. That's what we need. We are multitask nowadays. We don't have to pop. Okay, here is the iPad 9th generation 64 gig. When you are on the road, you want to look at property, you want to write your forms on zip form. This is the item that you must need, okay? This is all related to your real estate company, your real estate profession. So buy the ticket, we're selling the ticket, we're selling the raffle ticket, we're excited. We also, based on special requests, we're getting a MacBook Air as well, okay? So we have a lot of good stuff in the ticket. So Sharon, tell them how much we're selling for. Discount today.
So we are selling it, 1 ticket for 10 and 3 tickets for 20. And I bought $100 because this year I won the DGI. Okay, I don't have to be here to win. That's the great news.
So make sure you don't miss out. These are excellent gifts for Christmas. And keep yourself updated too, a lot of these gadgets. So WSGVR will continue the following discount for 2023. 1 month free discount with MLS annual payment and $25 local online realtor membership discount. Now we're gonna start the 50-50. It's time for our 50-50s.
Is it? No, you have to pick the ticket. Or did they pick it? Where's David?
David Chen.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Sorry. Okay. So Alina, okay. Good luck, everyone. Got your ticket out, everyone? 673-9440. 9440. Anyone? Lorraine? You got a winner? Woo! Congratulations. Yes, the amount?
44.
The amount is $44. Congratulations. Okay, reminder that WSGVO will be closing at noon on Wednesday, November 23rd, and we'll be closed on Thursday and Friday, November 24th and 25th in observance of the Thanksgiving holiday. No breakfast meeting next week, so remember, don't come next week. Please join us on Thursday, December 1st, for our President Brian Chen's farewell breakfast. So don't miss that. Make sure you come early. Once again, congratulations on WSGVR on your 100 years. Thank you everyone for joining our meeting today. Have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, everyone. Don't forget to buy tickets. Sharing and selling ticket right there, okay? And the installation ticket, don't miss out that event. It's gonna be during lunchtime at the Le Meridian. It's a beautiful location. The meeting now adjourned. Thank you.